On her way to work, a young woman noticed a strange old lady standing by the roadside. The elderly woman stood perfectly still, gazing off into the distance. Through the crowd, she caught sight of the girl and in that instant, dropped the bronze bowl she'd been holding with a startling clatter. The girl rushed over to help pick it up, but before she knew it, the old woman had grabbed her arm. With a look of terror in her eyes, she began speaking in strange, cryptic words that left Anna completely bewildered.
Uhren bleiben stehen. Am 13. August wirst du am Prater einen Mann namens Arthur Grimm töten. Mit gutem Grund und aus freien Stücken.
The old woman's only response to Anna's confused questions was a faint, mysterious smile. Before Anna could press for more answers, someone snatched her purse right out of her hands. She spun around and gave chase, managing to grab hold of the thief's jacket. The man threw down the stolen bag and bolted, leaving Anna to gather her scattered belongings. When she looked back to where the old woman had been standing, she found the spot completely empty. Anna tried to put the bizarre encounter out of her mind, especially since she had no idea who this Arthur person the woman had mentioned could be. But the date August 13th stuck with her in a way she couldn't shake off. It was the anniversary of her dear friend Valerie's death. 14 years ago on that very date, Valerie had taken her own life by jumping from a bridge not far from her home. For all these years, Anna had carried the weight of guilt, constantly wondering if she could have done something to help her friend. After a restless night filled with painful memories, Anna managed to push thoughts of the strange old woman aside. But the very next morning, she heard someone mention that exact name the woman had spoken.
Arthur Grimm. Aber so genau weiß das auch keiner, glaube ich.
She quickly asked her female co-worker about it, but the woman gave her a blank,
Entschuldigung, ich weiß nicht, wovon du gerade redest.
indifferent response that caught Anna off guard. She began to wonder if her obsession with that tragic day was causing her to hear things that weren't really there. It wasn't long before another strange incident occurred. At the subway station, a complete stranger suddenly called out to Anna using Valerie's name.
Valerie? Valerie.
Anna stood there stunned, wondering if this man somehow knew a girl named Valerie too. These increasingly bizarre encounters kept her awake at night, as she found herself flipping through old photos of herself and Valerie over and over again. She didn't finally drift off to sleep until nearly dawn, only to wake up shortly after from a disturbing nightmare. That's when she discovered her phone was missing. She distinctly remembered plugging it in to charge right beside her bed before going to sleep, but now it was nowhere to be found. Anna didn't dwell on it too much, assuming her memory was playing tricks on her, and hurried off to work. But halfway there, she spotted something that made her blood run cold, a nameplate on a building that read Arthur Green. She stood frozen in place, realizing this had to be the person the old woman had said she would kill, and he lived on the 4th floor of this very building. Something compelled Anna to enter the building. She pressed the doorbell and waited, but after several long minutes, no one answered. She had no choice but to leave, but this discovery had shattered her peace of mind completely. She rushed back to the plaza where she'd encountered the old woman the day before, only to find a different person, a young girl, sitting in that same spot. Anna approached her directly and asked about the old woman's whereabouts. The girl told her that the elderly woman's name was Lashina, and that in their view, Lashina seemed mentally unstable and didn't come to that spot every day. Anna wrote down her phone number and asked the girl to stay in touch.